Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to NXT The Game Season 2, Episode 110. This is NXT Resistance, the show after NXT TakeOver Rage. We are in front of 6,950 people, and if you didn't remember, I'll let you know. This is the championship edition of NXT Resistance, where all the titles are on the line. Welcome to NXT Resistance, says Kevin Kelly. Kevin Kelly says that his time here in NXT on Resistance will be short, but while he's here, he's going to do the best damn job he can do, and that includes calling tonight's championship edition of NXT Resistance, with each championship being defended. Steve Corino echoes his short stay here. However, he acknowledges tonight's card is going to be off the hook, as not only do we have the promised Asuka versus Candice LeRae match for the NXT Women's World Championship, not only do we have Roderick Strong defending his NXT World Championship against the leader of Sanity, Eric Young, but we also have coming up right now to start the show, Sanity defending their NXT United States Tag Team Championships against Mustache Mountain right now. So a 67C plus out the gate for Kevin Kelly and Steve Corino here on the championship edition of NXT Resistance. It's the show before the takeover, so we have a couple weeks to film. We're going to go and do it with a championship edition so I can get on to other matchups and then furthermore matchups onto NXT TakeOver Legacy. The brand split's been interesting. This is our 9th or 10th show of the brand split, and it's interesting because these are wrestlers, these are matchups that we would have not gotten to had we not done the brand split. So while the brand split's been a little bit difficult logistically based on a lot more work on my end, I think it's working out for the wrestlers. 67C+. And a decent match, Sanity defeats Mustache Mountain in 13:50 when Alexander Wolf defends Tyler Bate by pinfall with a Death Valley Bomb. Sanity make defense number 1 of their NXT Tag Team Championships, the United States Tag Team Championships. Trent 7 was a weak link, a 46, Bate with a 70, and wow, Sanity with a 66 and a 71. That's great for Sanity. Trent 7 is not over, though. He's like a 25-30, so it is what it is. He's improving in Rumble skills, though, and a 64 for the United States Championship title defense. Sanity getting the victory here tonight on NXT. And I should let you guys know right now, it's going to be a very quick edition of Resistance, if only because these are championship matches, and I wanted to give each match a little bit of time. The bell sounds, and Sanity lets out a loud Primal Roar, as the duo have successfully defended their NXT Tag Team Championships. They are on a roll since Brooklyn. So nil skill improvement, 76B-, and let's carry on. The camera quickly backstage finds Lars Sullivan working out, preparing for his match, the one match that isn't a championship match tonight, then throwing whatever he was working with against a wall. The camera stays on Lars as his theme music hits and Lars begins to make his way up the steps, through the curtain and onto the ramp before heading to the ring. Lars Sullivan will be taking on 2 men in handicap action coming up next. So Lars is interesting. He's a worker that we signed and made Lars Sullivan. Obviously, he wasn't in the mod when I started this game, which was, I believe, a June mod from last year because I've been doing this for a while now. But an 80B plus for Lars Sullivan. I just took a wrestler and made him Lars, and et cetera, et cetera. And he's been really gaining nicely. He was a very menacing worker. And an 80B for Sullivan here. He's getting better at his gimmick. I can't complain. He's getting a push, much like he's getting on NXT TV. I mean, I wanted to utilize him like they did on NXT TV, but I couldn't have hope for better ratings with Lars. He's just been getting very over on his own. I mean, I've been strapped the rocket to his ass, and I've been pushing him over everyone. But I mean, hey, it is what it is. 80B plus. Let's see what happens here. Yeah, I figured. In an extremely short match, Lars Sullivan defeats Adric Ray and Joseph Page in a handicap match in 207 when Lars defeated Joseph Page by pinfall with a spear. Lars carried the match, 57, Page with a 40, Adric Ray with a 42. We've lost heat. That's unfortunate. He did seem off his game, probably which led to the 39 D- rating, but Lars Sullivan with another big victory here tonight on NXT, this time over 2 different men. 39 D-. The camera shows Lars Sullivan celebrating, a true monster here in NXT. The camera then fades to No Way Jose talking to William Regal, the two of them both looking at the monster, Lars Sullivan to be exact. So I'm going to go and tell you guys right now, Lars Sullivan will be taking on No Way Jose at NXT TakeOver Resistance. It should be interesting. William Regal was good. The Lars Sullivan storyline has advanced and gained heat. Lars Sullivan is developing better performance skills. Even better, man. Lars is just doing it. 83B plus, guys. I'm super excited for this match between No Way Jose and Lars Sullivan. Both are big, tall, bruising wrestlers, and it should be an interesting matchup of similar styles. 83B plus. Next up, in a decent match, Asuka defeats Candice LeRae in 9:19 by submission with a Kangagan. Asuka makes defense number 2 of her NXT Women's Championship. 48 for LeRae, 66 for Candice. Candice was off her game. That's unfortunate, but she's improving in technical skills. High morale for bonus chemistry, motivation. Why are we at negative here? Candice for penalties for inconsistency. So we get 2 negatives, 65. 66 and 45. This is a very solid match between Candice and Asuka, and I will take it. Asuka obviously retaining. As for the match, Asuka has just made Candice successfully tap as Pete Dunne, her best friend, and maybe more guys, but whatever, of Manifest Destiny has slid into the ring and handed Asuka back her NXT Women's World Championship. Candice put up a decent fight, but it is, as Asuka speaks it. As of right now, nobody is ready for Asuka. Candice was good, though. This is great. Candice LeRae probably going to become more over based on working with Asuka. Asuka was good. Isn't even ready for Asuka's storyline. Has advanced. 65, 60, 60 plus. And, I do want to say, had I been able to do this save over from the beginning, I probably would have let my workers all be on pay-per-view contracts until WWE or someone tried to sign them. Because I would have liked them to work in other places. I'm doing the best I can to get the women over, but they just don't get enough opportunity, and it's really difficult to really boost their overalls. I don't know if their overalls are capped or what, but if you guys know if the women's wrestlers, if their overalls are capped, I'd be very appreciative because I'm trying my damnedest, and I just can't get anyone over or even near 60. 66 C+, though. Next week on Resistance, we are going to see one half of the Revival, Dash Wilder, take on one half of the Undisputed Era's tag team of Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle O'Reilly, you should be heel already. I don't know why you're not. Average. All right, I don't know why he wasn't turned already. 76 B-. Also next week on Resistance in the main event, it's going to be a rematch of former NXT UK champions as Tyler Bate takes on Pete Dunne. So that should be interesting. One half of Mustache Mountain. Tyler Bate will take on Pete Dunne. 73 B-. And another big match coming up. We aren't going to wait very long to see who faces the winner of tonight's main event between Roddy and Eric Young for the NXT World Championship at NXT TakeOver Resistance, because in 2 weeks, we're going to see Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, take on Mr. NXT with Mrs. NXT, the winner facing the winner of tonight's main event. So the Mr. and Mrs. came across well. That's great. Mrs. NXT was a real star. There's no skill improvements to improve on. 82B. On to our main event, where Eric Young will take on Roderick Strong for the title. Excellent. And about that had great wrestling and good heat. Roderick Strong defeats Eric Young in 22:49 by pinfall with a super double knee gutbuster. Roderick Strong makes defense number 6 of his NXT World Championship title. Roderick Strong and Eric Young have great chemistry, guys. I am putting this onto the side. This will be revisited at some point, probably at a TakeOver special, because I need to get this match on a TakeOver special. Wow, 79B on an event schedule, if you will. 79B, I'm absolutely freaking thrilled with that rating. Roderick Strong had an in-ring performance of 77. Young with a 72. He kept up with him. The dirt sheet says, what does it say? Penalties for holding back. Why did he hold back? Why did he hold back? 70, maybe it was a storytelling match. That's unfortunate. 79B, though, I'm absolutely thrilled. They outkicked the coverage on their in-ring performance ratings. Freaking fantastic. And Roderick Strong makes number 6 to the title defense of his championship title. Roderick Strong has won, successfully defending his NXT championship, but all of a sudden from behind, Dane and Wolf have hit the ring and taken him out from behind. Eric Young is being helped up by Nikki Cross now, who's circling the ring like a raging lunatic, screaming at whoever will listen to her beat the crap out of Roderick Strong as the fans begin to lay booze into Sanity. A violent 3-on-1 assault begins now with Sanity as ringside steps and chairs from beneath the ring are slid into the ring as NXT fans boo all 3 members of Sanity, preparing for a 3-on-1 massacre of the NXT World Champion Roddy Strong. Roderick Strong, after he was able to defeat Eric Young, the leader of Sanity, must be exhausted. The 3 of them pick up chairs, and Roderick has them in their sights, tapping the chairs on the ground in unison, but Dane is forced to stop as he's tackled by Eddie Edwards, who's debuting right here, right now. Edwards tosses down Eric Young, then Wolf. As Sanity has decided to fight another day, they're going to hightail it out of the ring, and one of Roderick Strong's former best friends, Eddie Edwards, there was rumors he signed a contract with NXT, and what a way to come into NXT by saving and helping one of his best friends, Roderick Strong. Eddie Edwards with the save, helping Roderick Strong as Sanity tries to get their hands on Roddy Strong after they lost the match. But Eddie Edwards is here debuting, making his debut. He gets a no gimmick needed gimmick with an above average rating. Absolutely freaking fantastic. 79B. Could not be happier with the debut of Eddie Edwards and how it was received by the NXT audience. And the Eddie Edwards fighting the good fight with Roddy Strong, helping him as Sanity was about to just absolutely dismantle the champion. I'm very happy with that debut here. 77B, absolutely great show. It increased our popularity in 45 regions here tonight at NXT TakeOver, not NXT TakeOver, but at NXT TV's Resistance. This was NXT The Game, guys, Season 2, Episode 110, NXT Resistance. Thanks for watching, and I am super thrilled with Eddie Edwards' debut, so much to the point I'm going to wish you guys to have a glorious rest of your day.